session, and I'll talk to you. I'll see you up at the.
Yes, sir. Middle East Cafe.
Okay.
We're here in Cambridge, Mass.
Have a great one.
Thank you.
Going live on the airways. Where's the
Do you want me to
second
sit and perform? I can.
Uh-huh. You can stand too.
Oh, maybe standing might be a little easier.
These guys.
What's up, Josh?
Hey. You're already recording on there?
Yep. And one of these could be wider.
Yeah, I can pull that out.
Thank
Just gonna. Alan said he couldn't figure out
And we're
anything
not
out
using
of
the
this.
computer, so I told Alan we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, cool. Good to know. Excuse
On
me.
it live in 20 seconds. So yeah, I'd sit right here because you'll be facing. Go ahead and sit.
So you do
We're live in
you want me to
5
sit?
seconds. We're live. Yep. Or sit or stand, whatever.
Can I sit?
There you go.
Or should I sit?
We're live in.
That's horrible. Little bell, do their prayers keep you company? Little bell, was that you making noise at all the boys coming then going down on First Street? Little bell, guardian angel, smile watching over the golden child. Safe in the arms of past relations. Little bell, we'll join you soon. It won't be long when time's measured in oblivion. Little bell, guardian angel, smile watching over the golden child. Oh, won't you smile watching over the golden child? Now I never knew you, neither did he, my future boyfriend. I never knew he existed till Kitten faxed me his picture. Was that your influence? Oh, was it your spell? Ow, ow, ow. Baby doll, your kiss is sweet. Little bell, will you watch over me the next time in NYC when I go down on Christopher Street? Little bell, guardian angel, smile watching over the golden child. Oh, smile watching over the golden child. Oh, won't you smile? Heard that harmony. Very nice. Want to come up and sit and chat?
You want to do a second number?
I could do another song if you
Why
really,
not?
if you
I
really
think
want me
that
to.
sounded fantastic.
Oh, thank you. When you're young, you must feel invincible. These epic dramas belong in the hallways of a high school. When you're young, you hold the torch. You stay the course like some tragic captain of colliding worlds. But you know he's wrong, and I know I'm right. You spent so long wasting time at the end of his line. The love letter is dead. You sentimental fool. When words return, they only serve as a source of ridicule. The love letter is dead. You're chasing a ghost through handwritten scriptures and pictures for which his victims have posed. The love letter is dead. And unraveled means uncool. The observer is shattered, not someone who mattered in his world. When you're young, free will puts fingers to keys, and looks can kill, but only distill such tragedies. Yes, I know it's wrong, the words you write will fall on deaf ears and be seen by lifeless eyes. The love letter is dead. You sentimental fool. When words return, they only serve as a source of ridicule. The love letter is dead. You're chasing a ghost through handwritten scriptures and pictures for which his victims have posed. The love letter is dead. Yes, I know he's wrong. We should say goodnight. New days will dawn. Baby, move on. Kiss him goodbye. The love letter is dead. You sentimental fool. When words return, they only serve as a source of ridicule. The love letter is dead. You're chasing a ghost through handwritten scriptures and pictures for which his victims have posed. The love letter is dead. 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 When you're young, you must feel invincible.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's time to bring out the host. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Austin Rutledge entering stage left.
And I'd like to provide you with a fresh beverage.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
This isn't vodka.
Shall we switch seats?
Whichever you like. I'm gonna put this out the way.
Thank you, Cambridge. Thank you, Gene Dante, my special guest tonight. Gene Dante, a musician, an actor, a performer. He does it all. He does it all. Gene Dante.
Slacker.
Like Dante's Inferno, gang. You know, he might be the most coolest person in the Boston area. You know, I think I'd put my vote in that he might be the coolest person in Boston. So I like to give the tour. This is the upside angle.
Oh, we look great in this perspective. Our upper bodies look amazing.
Do they? Do they?
Use that perspective, you get the V.
Yeah, looks pretty professional. This is the outside angle. It's a beautiful evening here.
Central Square.
We are officially in summertime, 2023. What is that button?
I don't know. I think you on the console you have to run a level 3 diagnostic and get us. We need warp capability. Now we're all dead.
Is that Star
It's
Trek?
very Star Trek. This thing's very Star Trek.
And
This thing is very Star Trek.
Introduce you to the mic there.
My microphone is right here.
Pinching myself. I'm very excited that Gene Dante is here. I've wanted him to be my guest here in Cambridge to come on the show because he's a talented and stories, right? I mean, Gene Dante can tell some stories.
I'm usually the villain in the story.
I want to hear what you've been up to. We're going to start off, though. I figured we'd kind of start, the easy process of asking where you might have grown up here in Massachusetts, right?
I am
Nice.
a Mass hole, born and bred. I grew up in North suburban Boston, close to the North Shore.
In Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, and I am back living here. I've been here for quite some time, and I travel all over for work. But there's my family's around here. All my friends are around
You
here.
might need to put the bottle just
let's
out
get
of the
that out
shot
of the
because
way.
there's a logo. You can drink the water, but just cover.
We're not here to promote anybody who hasn't given us anything for
yeah.
free.
That's right. That's right.
And so yeah, I grew up in Mass. I've traveled here and there. I've lived in New York. I've lived.
I know maybe it's not smart to be too specific where you grew up, but was it north of Boston, south of
Sure
Boston,
thing, yeah.
Cape Cod? I mean,
No, North Shore.
North
Oh yeah,
Shore,
that's me. That's me.
okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm back here, and I love New England. We have a lot of cool stuff, and the city of Boston, while it's no home is perfect, it's awesome. Certainly Cambridge is awesome, and look at it. We've got skiing an hour north. We've got Provincetown 2 or 3 hours east. You can't go wrong. It's a good time. And we have right now, I'm very pleased with our state governance, right? So Governor Healy, I'm 100% behind you.
Me too. Let me just check my questionnaire list.
We have questions.
We want to thank Cambridge for tuning in. We love you out there, and we know you have a lot of options. You got a lot of options of stuff you can watch on TV, things you can be viewing. You can be sitting back on your couch watching so many things. But we like to think that this is kind of an organic, creative effort that you can't get anywhere else here at CCTV.
That's true.
Yep.
I mean, high quality performance and production value here.
And those songs sounded fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. I did write them. So that means a lot to me.
Yeah. That song, the song that you do sometimes, the Whores song.
We have a song. Yep, We Are All Whores.
That's a great song.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have questions about that song?
I think it's a great song.
Thank you.
And also, I really love the song you wrote about razors.
Hand me your razors. Oh my God, we are.
Those are great pop songs.
Thank you very much. We're
Yeah.
actually talking about putting that one back in the set list. We've let it go for a while. We had a really great video that was made. I did 3 videos in a row with this really great director named Herschel Walker. No, I'm just kidding. Herschel Smith Jr. So I was wondering if you'd catch that. And Herschel is amazing. He made some great videos. We did an Animal House themed video that spoke to the political climate of the time. Oh,
Yeah, we can do a lot with this thing.
look at that. Velvet curtains. Oh, I'm feeling
better?
I'm feeling the theater vibe.
And there's even a close-up.
Oh, look at that.
But I got to get closer.
Yes, we gotta. All right. I don't.
If
I
you-
should have put sunglasses on because then I could look anywhere, and I got to look at the camera and you.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of control before there's a show right before mine, so I have to kind of adapt to the
It's
situation.
all good. I feel like we're adapting well.
Good. You do like the curtains, though.
I love your purple velvet curtains. Are you kidding me? How can I not love that?
Did I ever tell you that Nikki Luparelli was on once?
I love
me
Ms.
too.
Luparelli. She is a major talent. She has fused live rock and roll with burlesque, and those are 2 things I absolutely love. I've had the immense pleasure of performing on stage with her. I got to do a little Tom Petty opposite her, Stevie Nicks, and she is one of my favorite performers in this town and beyond.
Plus, she's an amazing comedian.
She's hilarious. She's got it all. She can sing. She can
Nikki!
dance. She's funny.
Yep.
She's gorgeous, and she's got a big brain. She's real smart.
And she
I
works
love her.
hard.
She does work hard.
And you do too.
I try. You know, I try to work hard.
Yeah. So you're playing some shows, but we want to kind of go chronologically through, start with your history, move up to the present.
Sure thing. Sure.
Did you go to college?
I did. I actually I have an associate's from Middlesex Community College, and it was awesome. And it actually, for somebody who absolutely hated grade school, not the people I went with, most of them, but I don't hate anybody. I don't have time. Let's clarify that. I don't hate anyone. I don't have time to hate. Hate takes too much effort. It sucks your life force away. It turns you into an old hag. So find a way to let things go. That doesn't mean you have to fall in love with the people that tormented you. You just don't have to hate them because you have better things to spend your time on. For somebody who really did not enjoy the high school experience, I found college, Middlesex, made it an affordable way for me to appreciate education, and it was great, and I had a really great time and met great friends that I'm still friends with today there. And then I ended up going to Plymouth State. Now it's Plymouth State University, but it was Plymouth State College at the time for about
Plymouth, Mass?
Plymouth, New Hampshire.
Ah.
Up in the White Mountains. I lived in Meredith, New Hampshire for a short time, and
Shout out to New Hampshire people.
I have family in New Hampshire. I spend many hours in New Hampshire. I do love New Hampshire, and I enjoyed that experience, not as much because I was trying to get into the hullabaloo of entertainment, and a lot of people that were training me, who are amazing, were trying to get away from it, and so I felt like that was a conflict of interest. So I had to leave school for a year, and then I ended up going to UMass Lowell. Which I loved, and I hold a sociology degree, if you can believe it or not. I really went there because I knew
That's the studying of people and I guess communications, and different ethnographies, right?
Something like that, but it's more like, for me, it was always about like how to interact with groups, how groups react to certain things. There's a science to it. It's a soft science, so it's not always perfect. But I learned a lot about the scientific process, and I got to hang out with cool musicians, which is a real big close second to why I went to UMass Lowell. I knew I could never get into Emerson or Berkeley or anything like that, and so I focused myself on something I could do, and then in an environment where I would be around people that were doing something I wanted to do.
When you were entertaining the idea of applying to Berkeley, would that be for voice?
I actually was not very confident in my singing voice.
Or for guitar?
Yeah, and even then, I play enough, Austin, I play enough guitar to write songs, but I would not consider myself, certainly not a virtuoso or a prodigy.
Oh, you're a great singer.
Well, thank you very much. I've had some coaching, and between theater and musical theater and actual singing coaching, it's helped me shape my voice. My voice is capable, of certain things. I'd like to think it has personality. And then I knew that nobody would write songs for me, so I had to write my own. So I needed a vehicle other than my voice. And so guitars are cool, right? I took 2 weeks of piano as a kid, and I was still at the this isn't cool phase of my life. So I switched to guitar. I learned enough to write chords, and then I find myself making up chords and then going in and figuring out what that actual chord is called. And I know, so I'm a bit of a hack, but I mean, even Tom Waits calls himself a hack, so I feel like I'm in good company. Sorry, it's true. And I do play a little bit of piano, but not a lot. To write I can pluck out melodies. I know which key's what, that kind of stuff. But my job was never, I wasn't going to sit in a closet for 5 years and become the greatest guitar player in the world. Something in my gut told me that wasn't my destiny. That wasn't what I was going to be. I was going to be
Well, you're a lead singer, my friend.
When
Gene is on stage, it's like everybody just like pays attention. So charismatic, like 10 people in one. Strolling around on stage, I hear that you even shot glitter at the audience a few times.
That sounds like...
Is that true?
that's Sidewalk Driver does more of that than I do, like the confetti Mylar. We definitely when we were first we were
What's
in the
it called? Confetti what?
Mylar confetti. So it
Make
looks
sure you
like
tell the mic.
Mylar confetti.
Is that considered something like is that like
Well, the guns are like Sidewalk Driver is really good about that, where they have the actual guns that shoot it. What we did before I even saw them, we were in the last WBCN Rumble. My band was, and during a key moment near the end of the set, I had what looked like a solo cup full of water, and during a key moment in the song, I threw it out over the audience, and it was filled with, and I made it look like I was drinking out of it, so people thought it was water. And it was filled with Mylar confetti, which is basically, you know, those balloons that say happy birthday that you buy at like Party City, that they're silvery. It's that cut up into little teeny squares. And so it falls very gradually, and it picks up all the cool lighting. And for, you know, the $2.99 I spent, it was magic. So, and it doesn't, but you can't do that stuff if the music sucks. You can't, you know, spectacle alone is nothing but spectacle. But you have to, like, I had felt that I had a band that was executing the songs I brought them perfectly. I still do. I'm very lucky. I've always had great musicians. And as I've traveled in my journey, more and more great musicians have wanted to play with me. Am I the world's greatest singer? No. Can I sell a song? Yeah. You know, am I the world's greatest songwriter? Probably not. And do I write some catchy stuff? You bet I do. And that's what I want to do. I want to write some catchy songs.
Can you shout out some musicians that you know you've worked with that you want? You know, I know you have an amazing drummer and a guitar player, but anybody like starting even way back that you want to, you know, I guess thank.
I've played with so many people. My first writing partner is a guy named Jim Ottenstein. I met him while I was in college, and he actually really caused me to raise the bar with my lyric writing, and also really encouraged me to play more guitar. And he has left this plane many years ago, and I just sometimes I feel like he's still with me. Sometimes he visits.
We salute him.
Yes. My first band, Jet Velvet Trash.
Jet Velvet Trash.
Jet Velvet Trash with Paul Pipitone, great guy who's in a band called Melt right now. Eric Austin on drums. Originally Dave Tuttle on guitar, who's a lifelong friend of mine, and a guy Pete Kalakudis, who ended up playing guitar in the band. Great group of musicians. After that band, in the mid 90s, it wasn't going where I wanted to go.
Well, you went into acting and theater.
I did. I was doing acting locally, little parts here and there, and I got told to go to New York City for an open call for the European tour of the Rocky Horror Show. Not the thing with the movie behind it, but the actual Broadway quality show, and
Stage production.
Yeah, live band.
Did they bring a
live
motorcycle
singing.
out?
There was no real motorcycle.
That would take
sadly.
a budget, right?
I would have loved that. They're a bitch to transport, but
You could probably find up some props to make it kind of similar, though.
yeah. I showed up in an open call. I ended up getting cast. I met one of my friends for life who has done acting with me, and we'll talk about her, Lisa Boucher Hartman, we've been friends ever since then. We remembered each other at the open call. When it turned out we both got cast, we were tight. We did that tour. We came back a couple
That
years.
was in Europe.
That was in Europe. It started in Germany, and it did Germany, Austria, Italy,
France?
Denmark. One night in Strasbourg, France. Not all of France, but one night.
That's okay.
And then Netherlands, we did Amsterdam, which is always a good time. We did Denmark, Copenhagen, Rotterdam. I think we definitely did Luxembourg and Belgium as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great, and I've met friends I'm still friends with today. And it was like touring in a rock band, because it was rock and roll music, it was theater, it was fun, it was a little bit dangerous, and a really great experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Yeah.
And I know you've done other roles in theater. Anything you want to talk about?
Sure. Well, after we got back from Europe, Lisa and I had said we wanted to work together, and we were in Boston for a while for the same, and we produced a production of Hedwig and the Angry Inch, where I would play Hedwig and Lisa would play Yitzhak.
Yeah.
So my first, I want to say my first official drag role, it was live. We were the first company to do it after the movie had come out. So the movie really acted as a way for a selling tool for us, because there had been a production in Boston pre-movie, and I felt a little like they didn't know how to market it. But the movie had opened this up to a wider audience. So we did a month at the old ICA in Boston that used to be on Boylston Street, and in a 130-seat lecture hall that we had outfitted with all the paraphernalia from my rehearsal room at the time. So we had all rock posters, Christmas lights, and so it looked like a dive bar, even though it was this what really should have been a college lecture hall. And we turned it into what looked like a rock club, and a secret rock club. And you got to see Hedwig perform, and that was probably one of my crazy favorite experiences. Lisa and I did that.
Is there video footage of that?
I'm sure there's a couple of songs on the internet somewhere. And then
I wish I had attended the show. We got 2 minutes left.
Oh my gosh, we're 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Apparently you did a Paul Lynde homage.
2016.
One of my favorite comedians.
Yes, Lisa and I co-wrote a one-man show called God Save the Queen, Paul Lynde 79. And it was a show that tackled why Paul Lynde returned to, after quitting Hollywood Squares, why he returned. And we did it. We did it with the blessing of the estate. Turned out there was a conflict with the rights, so we can't continue to do it. However, we had a great time at that show. We did it at Fringe festivals. We did it at the Fringe Festival in Portland, and also a couple nights at the old nightclub Machine in Boston.
Again, if there's any video footage of that, I would kill this to watch that. Believe it or not, we have 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Yeah, let's talk about the Future Starlets. Your current band is playing live soon.
Saturday, July 15th.
One of the best bands in Boston.
Right over the line in Somerville at the Burren, we are opening for the Shanghai Lows. It is an all-ages ticketed event. You can come at 6 o'clock and have dinner, and the music starts at 7. If you can believe it, a nice early show. So then we can all hang out afterwards and have a good time. It should be great. This will probably be our only summer appearance here in Boston. So
we need more. We need more Gene Dante in the Future Starlets. Plus, you have a new record.
Deluxe. D-L-U-X. Deluxe. Pronounced Deluxe.
Gene, you have to come back because the show ends in like 20 seconds.
Well, you can get your vinyl on the H1 Massive website, h1massive.com.
I got a million more questions to ask. I'm like...
I'll have to come back, I guess.
Please. More music. Go see his band, Gene Dante and the Future Starlets. I want to thank him for being on here. We are the Storrow Drive Nighthawk Show. Thanks for watching. Cambridge! We could still be live. I don't know.
Are we?
It's a computer that turns it on and turns it off, so I just kind of keep going a little extra. But dude, give me a.
Awesome.
Do you ever do these?
I love the explosion.
Yeah.
Well, that was great. Wow, you're right. That flew by. Are we even still on? Next caller. No.
Yeah, we do have the phone. They don't have. It's not always connected, but people can call in maybe on a future show. I have a lot of openings, by the way, moving up into the months ahead, so you can always come back.
Nice. All right, love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have done one song and then could still talked, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have someone coming in afterwards?
Thank you, Cambridge. Sometimes there's somebody coming in at 6:30.
All right. Wow, that was so quick. I love it.
You did great.
Great job, man. Great hosting. Thank you. Thank you for having me.